Let's bring in Florida's Lieutenant Governor Jeanette Nuez. Lieutenant Governor, thank you so much for joining us. I know you were born and raised in Miami. You've really been a lifelong resident of Florida. You were there in office when Hurricane Ian hit last year. I just want to put this in perspective because we saw how historic last year's storm was, last year's hurricane. In terms of the impacts this year with Idalia, what are the expectations? What are your biggest concerns?
Sure. Well, this has the potential to be a major catastrophic storm that's going to be impacting a significant area of our state. We've been talking throughout the last several days, encouraging people to seek shelter, making sure that you're heeding those evacuation orders. As we see this thing barreling down and making landfall within the next hour or so, of course, we want people to stay safe. We want them to heed those warnings, shelter in place, make sure you're taking care of yourself and your family members. But as you know, each storm is different, and we're going to deal with the impacts no matter what the tail end of this brings. The governor has been talking nonstop about being ready and all the preparations that we've made on the back end to make sure that we can help with recovery as soon as it's safe to do so. But we encourage people to stay indoors, even if it looks like things are dying down, that may be the eye of the storm. Please seek shelters, stay safe, and don't go outdoors. Of course, until it's absolutely safe to do so, and we'll be informing them every step of the way.
There have been the immediate concerns about the elderly, those who aren't necessarily in a financial position to seek higher ground, and of course, pets. We talked to Humane Society in Sarasota County earlier. But in terms of the big picture, you have some of the largest home insurance providers, insurance companies in the country pulling out of the state of Florida because it just hasn't made good business sense to continue to provide new policies for homeowners because of heightened natural disasters. I had a man earlier this morning join us and talk about how in Fort Myers, Florida, he's hunkered down. People never really taking the forecasting and the warnings as seriously because it didn't seem to be as big a deal as it was predicted. But last year was a sobering wake-up call. Do you believe that these kinds of storms, these sizes of storms, have increased? And do you blame any one particular reason? I mean, do you look to climate control? Do you look to climate change?
Well, these storms have been occurring since the beginning of time. Obviously, Florida, given our location, is no stranger to storms. You go back to 1992, a storm that I lived through, Hurricane Andrew. A few years ago, we dealt with Hurricane Irma, the 2004 series of storms that we had back to back to back. So storms are a part of a way of life here in Florida. That's the price you pay for living in paradise. We've done, under the governor's leadership, a tremendous amount of efforts in terms of ensuring that we can stabilize our insurance market, make sure that we're bringing in private sector companies. We've seen some companies come into Florida. We've worked on tort reform. We've worked on a number of things to fortify individuals' homes, grant programs that we've set aside significant dollars for. So we believe that we position Florida from a foundational standpoint to not only be able to sustain these storms, but to be able to thrive in the private market.
And is there any one particular warning you would give people who are deciding to ride it out? Because, again, there will always be people who don't leave, even under mandatory evacuation orders. What's your word to them this morning?
You should always put your life at the utmost priority. There's an easy way to replace property down the road. We'll be with them every step of the way. You cannot risk your life. We encourage people to seek shelter.
All right, including those college students, some of whom just were dropped off there at nearby universities, who have to get in and hunker down or leave because of those evacuation orders. Florida Lieutenant Governor Jeanette Nuez, we appreciate your time this morning. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.